This is why you've been yo-yoing for years and still can't lose weight. In today's YouTube video, I'm gonna explain why so many people are stuck with their weight loss using what I call the weight loss plateau bubble. So you can see in the weight loss plateau bubble, there's 3 sections: strategy, consistency, and metabolism. And what I'm gonna do is go over each of these in detail and explain also how to get yourself out of it. Let's start with strategy. Now, with strategy, this is one of the biggest reasons as to why people are yo-yoing and can't lose weight. People would hop strategy from strategy, diet to diet, exercise plan to exercise plan. A lot of times people are choosing plans that don't align with their lifestyle. Write that down. It doesn't align with their lifestyle, and because of that, it's unsustainable. And because it's unsustainable, they're constantly jumping to the next best thing they believe is the next best thing, right? And it's like one fad diet to another fad diet. So this constant hopping around is just getting them to get a little bit of results, losing the results, and trying something else, gaining a little bit, losing a little bit, and that leads to the constant yo-yoing. And another layer of this is the strategy itself. A lot of people are committing to strategies that are not only not aligned with their lifestyle, but it's just ineffective and it just isn't based on a good foundation. For example, keto, right? There's a YouTube video that I made talking about keto. If you haven't, watch it. But keto is just not a good strategy in general. We want to make sure, number one, we're choosing an effective, strong strategy that makes sense. And number two, it has to also align with your lifestyle. Because eating chicken, broccoli, and rice, it does actually make sense. It's very good macros, it's very good nutrition, but is this something that aligns with your lifestyle? If it doesn't, then no. But if you're a bodybuilder, it may align with your lifestyle. So having that strategy for a bodybuilder may work out really well, whereas someone that's like a busy professional working 50 hours and you have a family as well, right? You have your husband, you have your kids, then that probably won't work as well. Strategy, so important. That may be the first thing holding you back from reaching your fitness goals and causing you to yo-yo. Number 2, let's talk about consistency. Consistency is one thing I do see a lot of people lack. I see some people actually finding something that works for them, but they themselves almost self-sabotage their own progress. They fall back to old habits. They can't stay with something long enough. As I always say, it's always about outlasting rather than outworking. Or speaking about that, they work themselves too hard and they get burnt out and then they stop doing what they should be doing. So consistency is so important because even if you were given the right strategy, if you aren't consistent with it, you will not be able to reap the full benefits of it long term. Being consistent is something that is a personal struggle for a lot of people. You're gonna have to work on your mindset. You're gonna have to work on your approach, your attitude towards it. And it's more so of an internal change when it comes to consistency. Now, third one is gonna be metabolism. And this is one a lot of people actually don't know about. So when it comes to metabolism, a lot of people, for example, diet really aggressively and for long periods of time. And what they don't realize happens is their metabolism starts to adapt, or in fancy ways, it slows down and it becomes progressively harder as months, years go along. With this, what we call metabolic adaptation, a lot of people find what has worked before isn't working anymore. So I would speak with many clients that would tell me, Adrian, I'm already working out a lot. I'm barely eating, but I'm not losing weight. What's happening? It used to be so much easier like 5 years ago. First thing I'm thinking is metabolism. There has been some adaptation or slowdown of the metabolism. And what we have to do now is going to be a different approach. We're going to have to reverse diet you. We're not going to just get you cutting down or pushing harder. And that's intuitively what we usually think. If we're not losing weight, we got to push harder, right? We got to work harder. We got to do more workouts, do more cardio, eat less. But that's actually what we don't want to do. We actually want to stop that immediately. We want to stop the bleeding, and we actually want to start to build up the metabolism. Because when we think about it, how many months, how many years do we diet, and how many months or years do we actually give ourselves time to build our metabolism, build muscle, build strength? For most people listening to this, if you're a career-driven woman, you're trying to lose weight, you probably spent at least 90% of your last 5 years on your fitness journey trying to lose weight and trying to tone up, right? It would make sense you give yourself a break, you give your metabolism a break, let it heal, let it recover, let it get stronger, let it get faster. That way you can see more progress when you actually start to lose weight. So that's gonna be metabolism. Now, these 3, as I mentioned earlier, are the biggest reasons why people are yo-yoing and stuck with their weight loss. And again, you could find yourself in one of them, 2 of them, or even 3 of them. Now, what we do in our Meraki program is we built what we call the Meraki Hybrid Model, which helps overcome each of these struggles depending which one you are struggling with. So if you're struggling with metabolism, we're gonna show you how to reverse diet, right? If you're struggling with consistency, we're gonna provide that accountability, that support for you. If you're struggling with strategy, we're gonna provide you the right strategy to help overcome that issue you're struggling with right now. So if you're interested in that, head over to my Instagram at AdrianLeungFit. click the link on my front bio and you can apply through there. We do have a lot of people having interest in that, so you're gonna have to submit it and we will have to first see if we're the right fit and if you would be the right fit. But besides from that, if you got value from today, check out my Instagram at Adrian Leung Fit. You can find me on TikTok at Adrian Leung Fit as well, and don't forget to subscribe.